And now we're going to have a children's moment. For our kids' lesson today, I thought I'd come outside because it's a nice day. I'm here at our beautiful Harmony Garden here on our Bamel campus. And sometimes I like to sit outside and watch the sky or watch the butterflies or watch the wind. Wait, watch the wind? Have you ever seen the wind? Do you know what wind or air looks like? Well, it's kind of hard because you've never actually seen the wind, but you have seen what it does to things. Like you can probably tell it's windy outside today because maybe you hear the wind blowing, or you can see my hair blowing, or you see the bushes, or maybe you hear that beautiful wind chime that's hung out here at the garden. We don't see the wind with our eyes, but we can tell it's there because we can see its effect on other things. Well, that reminds me of God. Do you know what God looks like? Have you ever seen God face to face? I've never seen God with my eyes, but I know that God is real because I see his effect on my life and on the lives of people all around me. So when I look around, I can see God, but just like the wind, I'm not seeing him face to face. I see his effect. I see God when somebody is kind to me. I see God when someone helps me, when I really need it. I see God when I look at his beautiful creation. I see God when I look at this Harmony Garden and I see the talent that he has poured into those people who brought this garden to life. I see God everywhere. And if you start looking, you can see God too. It's kind of like my flashlight here. I have a flashlight, and we're going to pretend like this flashlight is like you or like me. So the flashlight that I have here, it's missing something in order to make it work. What's it missing? Well, it's missing the battery part. And so my flashlight isn't going to do what it's designed to do because it doesn't have the battery inside. Well, if this is like us, this battery is going to be like God's power, God's grace, God's love. When we allow God to work through us, then finally we can do what we have been designed and created to do. We can shine God's light. My flashlight works now because the battery is working its power through the flashlight. So you and me, we can choose to let God work through us. But one small difference between me and this flashlight. Well, a lot of differences. But one difference here that I want to talk about is that the flashlight, it didn't have a choice if I put the battery in. Now, me and you, we do have a choice if we're going to let God work through us. We can choose to listen and obey what God tells us to do. We can choose to treat other people with kindness and with love, the way that we want to be treated. We can choose to use our lives to point others towards God with our words and our actions. We can make that choice. And when we make that choice, that is the best form of worshiping God. When we allow God's power to work through us, he can do amazing things, impossible things, so long as it's his power working in us. I have 2 things I want you to do this week. Number 1, see God. Look around your world and see, where do you see God show up in your life? Maybe when you're eating dinner together, you can share that where you saw God today. And the second thing is, make that choice to let God show up in your life. Even if you feel like you're not enough or you're just a kid and you can't make a difference, make a choice to let God work through you. Listen and obey what God says and wait and see what amazing and impossible things he can do through you. Have a great week. I'll see you again soon.